Justice for Mohbad. No justice, no peace. My people, another shocking evidence, bombshell evidence against Wummi and Nurse Feyi, because Nurse don finally agree, she don finally accept, say yes, she injected Mohbad with something. Hey God, what could that be? My people, you guys should come and hear the latest. You are about to hear what you've not heard. Justice for Mohbad. Ipemi o, dey kpai Mohbad. Mohbad kpai no be ordinary kpai at all. That's why his spirit, his soul no gree rest. He dey seek for justice every day and night. Chai, my people. Nurse, what did you inject Mohbad with? Just come out and confess. Guys, make we hear from the horse's mouth. This na Lebas TV. Hit on the follow button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And remember to put up the post notification bell. Let's go there, guys.
What killed Mohbad, number one. Now, the nurse reported that she injected Mohbad with something. If those things are not found in Mohbad's body, they need to ask the nurse, what did you inject him with? Because it is not in his body. So, as the nurse lied, is the nurse not telling us what she actually injected Mohbad? Number one. Number two is, did the nurse actually injected Mohbad or another person? That would be another thing to explore. And it is the people because the nurse does not know Mohbad. The nurse only came, this is the person that is sick, and injected. So a lot of things still has to be done. So please, from where I sit, if the nurse mentioned what she injected Mohbad, and that thing have a life span more than 8 hours, it should be found in his system. He is not Mohbad. Or what was the sample that was taken to NMS? Was it Mohbad? These are questions. So we should never be fixated on things. What that then means is investigation continues. And these are things we should be discussing about. When we discuss about these things, even police will be taking information from what we are saying and say, maybe we've not considered this, maybe we've considered this. And that is how and that is how we develop our communities. That is how we develop our legal jurisprudence. That is how we help our police to get better. If people don't give police information, which is called intel, police cannot function. Police are not God or witches or sorcerers. They are called into a matter after the fact, and they will work with information given to them. They will only question those information, just like scientists will continue to question, or in the principle of philosophy, where nothing is certain, continue to quest, because philosophy and science is an enterprise of quest. Continue to seek. So investigation itself should be seeking. And I think that is what we'll be calling now. Amongst every other thing, we might say we want to be, but we should be more focused. We have helped this case thus far. If they said they take the matter to court, we know the matter in the inquest is not there. And even if they want to do Arumoje, we will identify it and we will make noise. The family have said they've done their own inquest. They will have sent reports also to the police, etc., etc., and it will be presented in the court. They will have copy. They will send a copy. So it will be the inquest that will now review the final report. Let us wait. Anytime gbéyàwó wá bá kò ń garun, ẹni tó máa gbéyàwó wá bá ò ní láti garun, ṣe ló máa san irú ẹ̀ tó máa lè fi ṣiṣẹ́ ìyàwó, so that ní léṣì á lè gbọ́mọjó. We don't have to rush. But what we should do is we don't have to soft pedal in discussing this matter logically, critically, and always putting critical thinking in our thought and weigh every other thing so that we can call those who are responsible to call. It is our duty and we should be doing so. Thank you very much.
Okay, so can I come in now? Good job, Mr. Aristocrat. And hi, Supreme, hi, Chairman, and every
Good
other
morning.
person.
Sorry, I didn't know I was muted. I was talking. Good morning
It's
to
okay.
you.
Yeah, that's okay. I want to say something. So first of all, I want to applaud Mr. Aristocrat. I think he did a good job, a very fantastic job explaining this. But I think I would like to chip in one or two things. First of all, the question is, does the police have the right to proceed when it comes to, criminality? Yes, they do. A police can take, yeah, they do. So the police can actually do that on some facts. If they do have facts that came to them, they can decide to bypass the inquest. Okay? They have the right to do that. They can decide to proceed. They can decide to charge a criminal. They have the right to do that. So now, in this case of spending, another thing is, do we think the police have enough evidence to proceed with this? If they don't have enough evidence, one thing that they are trying to do, that I think they are trying to do, if they don't have enough evidence to actually proceed, is that maybe they want to negotiate. Because if the police do not have enough evidence, there is one thing that they want to do, is either to drop charges. They might want to lessen the charges, or maybe drop charges against the offender. So now, this is what I think. I think that the first time I spoke on Supreme, I think the second time or third time, I told Supreme something. I said, I do not believe spending. And I'm not sure if spending is hearing me now. I said, I don't believe it. I said, after carefully looking at this case, I don't believe spending. And I remember I spoke, I said, spending, what you need to do, you need to speak out as soon as possible and tell your truth. Because if you don't tell your truth, and you have a lawyer who is not smart enough, this lawyer can actually push you into a ditch you don't want to be. And that is where this guy is right now. But now the point is that let's not conclude and say that maybe the police wants to, maybe they want to charge spending, maybe they want to. So it might be a different thing. So it might be that maybe they want to lessen spending's, what's it called, terms, or maybe they want to negotiate, or maybe they want to interrogate him, or maybe they want to find out more facts. Could it be that the police actually have concrete evidence against spending? Could it be that they have a solid evidence against spending? So could it be that some of the alibi who were there had actually, spoken to the police? So these are things that we need to think about. But I do not think that, I don't think that, the police cannot proceed, without the inquest. Yes, sweetheart. So I think they can actually do that. If they have enough evidence to proceed, yes, they can do that. But one thing that I do not want is, I don't want the police to go ahead and intimidate spending. I don't want the police to go ahead and try to rob spending. I don't want the police to try, in a way, and try to botch this case because of favorism. That is not going to go well. Thank you.
Thank you
I
very
want
much.
to ask
Can
a
I just
question.
quickly say something,
Still,
please?
I want to ask a quick question. The people that were charged to court, how many are they? Is he only spending?
So, and after I speak, Escapade is going to go for it. From the intel was supposed to be today, but it did not happen. It's supposed to be spending and the nurse, but it did not happen. They were supposed to
Two
be
of them.
remanded today. 2 people. Okay.
Yeah. I heard that too, and I think that is something that is alluded to that. But Escape, please go on. I will talk
yes.
after.
Yes. What I believe, if there's going to be a case in court against those 2 people, it will be based on what is already established. Aristocrat said earlier about maybe they got intel or information that Spending spoke with the nurse and they were complicit in the death of Mohbad. One, Mohbad's death has not actually been determined a homicide or a murder, whatever. This is for the inquest to try and figure out. But the two things that have been established that do not need to wait for the inquest to end, which I believe would probably be the reason those two will be taken to court, is one, the nurse admitted injecting Mohbad. She already even faced the medical board, and they found out that she wasn't qualified to operate in that capacity without being. They said she's an auxiliary nurse. I would have needed an expert, a nurse or a doctor to be there. She should be assisting them. One, she has violated the law. Two, she has committed an offense. So for that, they can take her to court. The second thing that is established that do not need to wait for the inquest to end is Spending admitting that he prescribed the nurse. So these two things, I believe, is probably why they want to take those ones to court to sort that out, which do not need for the inquest to end. In terms of they killed or murder or they conspired, I don't think they can take that to court at the moment because the fact of that has not even been established. So this is what I see, and if there's a case going on, this is the reason I think those two will be taken to court. I don't think it has anything to do with, they knew about the death. If they were complicit and police got intel that they were complicit on the death of Mohbad, they will be remanded. For murder, there's no bail. You will be in prison and you'll be doing your case there. So right now, they would already have been arrested and put in prison. So I think the case they have against them is the one that is established. Like I said earlier, the nurse admitted, even faced the medical board and admitted she practiced when she's not qualified to, and Spending admitting that he recommended the nurse. So that's what I think.
Okay. Thank you very much for your contribution, but I did not hear anything about a failed board exam. I don't think she even went to nursing school at all. I think she was just called a quack nurse. I don't think she went to nursing school at all. So if you are using the word failed.
Supreme, I didn't say failed. She faced. After the police had started this matter, she faced the board, the medical board.
Okay. You said she faced them. I thought
she went to face them on disciplinary.
Exam. Okay.
So they decided that she wasn't fit to practice. Yeah.
Yes, I think she practiced out of her scope. Okay, everybody knows that they called her a quack nurse, and she practiced outside her scope of conduct. She practiced, she was supposed to be under a doctor or somebody or a registered nurse or somebody like that, but she practiced outside her scope. But in that same panel that she faced, they also, according to what I was privy to, not privy as in specially, but that is out there in the public that I read, I may not know where now. I remember reading thank you, Gifters. I remember reading something in the public that I read, I may not know where now. I remember reading thank you, Gifters. I remember reading some things like, but she gave everything accurately. She gave everything. There was no, hold on, sir. There was no overdose, no nothing. And what was found, just like Aristocrat said, in MOHBAD's system was just minute, insignificant, that can kill even a baby.
Lady Aries, sorry, just 1 minute.
Can I say
You
something?
came up, you cannot speak if you just came up. Go down.
About 1 minute. Lady Aries, thank you, Gifters. What I'm saying is that whether she gives the right dose, if you are caught, if you are driving on the road and police stops you, if you haven't broken any law and they find that you don't have a driver's license, you are committed an offense. If you get what I'm saying.
True.
So whether she gave right dose or she's been doing it before. She's been treating people. Even her mom said it. So it's not like she didn't know what to do or whatever she did, but she practiced.
I'm not exonerating her.
Oh, okay,
I'm only trying to speak. I mean, you see, this practice of the nurses going to homes to treat people in Nigeria is very rampant. I remember even my grandfather was a doctor. We have a midwife, my aunties and stuff like that. But they do a lot of things at home. I'm not saying that it is okay, but I'm just putting this there that I'm not trying to buy. No, in fact, it's a system failure. And, but coming back to MOHBAD's case, she did that. She accepted that. I don't think she should. Listen to this, please, very carefully. If what they found in MOHBAD's system is not enough to kill him or kill a fly, I don't think Nurse Feyi should go down for the death of MOHBAD. But she should face disciplinary actions for practicing outside her scope. But because you are sick, I come to your house, I give you Tylenol, I give you antibiotics, and I give you aspirin. You now died, and they say, hey, you don't have a license to do that. Why did you do that? Okay, they can punish me for not having a license to do it, but they should not punish me for your death because it is not what I gave you that made you. I don't know if I'm making sense.
This what you are saying is you are looking at it from I don't know what angle to call it. An offense is an offense.
Angle of leniency or something.
Just like I said, you are driving, you haven't jumped the red light, you've been driving like a normal person. If police stop you, where's your driver license? If you don't have it, you have committed a criminal, you have committed an offense.
Oh, correct.
So whether she did it well, whether she doesn't do it well, practicing, like, okay, you know that they've caught lawyers in the court who are actually fake. But they've been going to court before, they've been doing the job like a normal couple. There's one judge will just ask and they find out that they're fake.
Sir, I understand you, sir, but look at this, what you are saying. Let me use your example. I am driving, I have no driver's license, I am pulled over, and where's your driver's license? I don't have one. The police will probably write me a ticket. If they cannot find one in the system, they will write me a ticket and probably have my car towed. Remember, I don't have a driver's license, so they will not allow me to continue driving after they ticket me. Okay? That's one offense. Yes, they will do that. Now, consider this aspect. I don't have a driver's license. I was driving and now got involved in an accident. 2 different offenses. 2 different cases. One will be more intense than the other. That is what I'm trying to project in this case.
Because lady, you are looking at it like the case.
I only use your example.
I get what you are saying, because you are looking at it with the prosecution being that it is linked to the death of MOHBAD. I'm saying no, because that has not been established yet.
So,
but the fact that she practiced.
Then why are they bringing these people up?
Because she practiced. It's a criminal offense.
Like this. Let's do it like this. Whether or whether you are, for example, let me use the driving case you just gave. A learner, someone that is yet to get a full driver's license, but is still in the driving school. And that person now took a vehicle without a chaperone seated beside the person and went on a highway and hit someone and the person died. That is this case. It's a classical one to look at this. Number one, you are a driver in training. You do not have the legal right to drive without being supervised. An auxiliary nurse does not only assist a qualified nurse. You cannot do it on your own. So if you now go to do a duty on your own, you have violated the law. Number one. Number two, you in your action have caused death. That is murder. So those two matters will be on that person's neck.
Manslaughter.
So whether manslaughter, murder, Ashani, if you can use any nomenclature for it. Now, when the matter goes for sanction, those two key things will be determined. They will now be determined based on their merit. So it is not for us to say, why should this person now be charged? Why should this person charges to be lenient? Because the person gave the right, the person drove well, he was on the right lane, he did not get to the fast lane, but while he was on the non-fast lane, that person rode a bicycle and crossed the road and he died. Now all those one, now story. The key thing is someone is dead. The key thing is you are not authorized to drive the vehicle. That makes it illegal. So those things will be faced in court. Assuming it was a nurse that did that thing, there will be some form of leniency, understanding that the nurse, and just like what Escape said, had gone to the board has identified that whatever the person has done were right according to their procedure, but that is a death. If it were to be a nurse, it will be a different thing. They will look at it in a different way. Even if there will be some form of punishment, it will not be at the full extent of saying the person that did it was not in the first instance qualified to do that. So you have used your illegality to commit death of someone else. That is a grave offense, and I think we should just see it at that. So we leave it for court to be determined. Let them come with their lawyers and let them sort it out.
Yes. We leave that for the court and everybody's lawyer to argue their case.
Yes, I want to answer this question for someone. Sorry. Someone asked this question and said, how would they determine a medication that was given to someone and the person is dead? This is how they would determine it. Every medication have end of life. Let me give us a typical example. Paracetamol. I don't know the name they call it abroad, in America, for example, but it's a pain reliever, painkiller. Now, when you take paracetamol, it has 8 hours end of life. 8 hours. What that end of life means is when the potency will wear off. So doctor will tell you, take one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one at night. If you check what it means, they've divided 24 hours to 3, and that is 8 divided by 24 hours. So if and when you die, for example, when you take a medication, your body is supposed to process it. When you die, your body cannot process anything again. So that medication will still be in your bloodstream. That is why it will be easy when they take a sample from you through toxicology to get what is in that person's mainstream. And it has to be determined. For example, someone took painkiller 12 noon and the person died 3 p.m. You could see that there is an extra 5 hours that will determine the end of life of that drug. So if the person died at 3 p.m., when you want to do autopsy or you want to do toxicology for that person, you will find that drug in that person's mainstream because the body have not used it. Your body must use the drug and it will not have efficiency again. So if the body have not used the drug, they will find it in your bloodstream. I hope I've been able to answer that person's question. Go on, please.
But I support aristocrat, then I don't need to go further. Because it's going to...
I mean, of course, I support them, and that is what is on ground for us. Or let me allow Amen to come in. Everybody, Well, my thing is, I'm only just trying to take it a step further. That, my question. Go ahead, Amy. I don't want to say what I want to say.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What's the topic? Is it about whether it is right to charge noise for Ishara, or it's going to fail if they charge her or something? Is that the discourse?
Emma, you missed the report. That was a news report from the lawyers of spending that is trying to create alarm that police will charge spending and the nurse to court on the matter, that they are not waiting for the final conclusion of the inquest, that they are rushing to court to charge their client, and the feel is a way to just hang the cat and all that. So that is the main broad thing, and that is the discussion.
Okay. Someone say case went to court via DPP today. Magistrate not on seat.
Yes, I don't even know. Maybe
What's
we'll
that?
throw DPP.
Drew, what does that mean? Okay, you see, if the lawyer is coming out to voice out, I think he should have taken steps to do the needful by filing a petition against any other person he feels was supposed to come in on this matter. Spending's lawyer can file a petition against either Baba or the Wummi or any other person in that house. Prime Boy's lawyer can file a petition of murder of those persons. Even the nurse Feyi lawyer can also do that. And if they want to do that, I think in my own view, is even the best step, instead of coming out on the news to come on. Well, they have come out to cry out that this is what they are trying to play, but my own advice would be for them to take that step. That's what
They are trying to get public sympathy. That is what they want to do.
Then you see this issue of this nurse. Even if she agreed that she gave injection to MOHBAD and he reacted to that injection, this same person can change her statements in court. That is why you see that when you are charging someone for manslaughter, murder, the court will enter a plea of not guilty, even if the person's plead guilty. Now, what we need to be looking at is, if you want to sit on the nurse, you can convict her. Why? Because the requirement is that your action caused the death of someone, and you know that that action of yours is capable of causing death to someone. That is the aspect of the intention. So it is the actus reus and mensura, actions and intention. So there is no way the nurse can claim that she does not know that medications, chemicals into somebody's body when injected, and you do not have the complete qualification to understand what should go into one's body, and all of that. You know that action can result into death. So if they want to charge the nurse, they can stand on that. However, if the nurse also want to stand on defense, she can also discard that how is it called, confession that she gave injection and he started reacting to it. Why? Because their statement revealed that MOHBAD ate food, and then also the quick burial of MOHBAD has interfered with whatever investigation you really need to do on the body, and she was not even there when they came back from the show. MOHBAD could have consumed certain things that nobody could have known about, and even she herself may not be informed of it and all of that. And then when she gave the injection, at a point when you study the statement of this woman, the wife of MOHBAD at the inquest,